and we're finally back. Yep, I missed 2 days. Sorry. Got busy, got distracted, got busy again, forgot, got busy again. It's been a rather busy couple of days. Anyways, we're finally back. There was a big patch earlier. Well, there was a patch earlier today that changed overseer stuff. We are not respecting all our characters because that will take us bloody forever. It's not going to be worth the effort. So we're just going to keep on doing what we were doing, which was something, somewhere, something. I don't remember. We were doing something. Alright, we're in Dragonis. What colony? We need to go to Vabos. Alright, so let's go up to Vabos, see what they need. Yeah. No more heresy. We've had quite enough heresy on our ship. Fairly certain we did on the beacon, because that's an ice planet. I'm fairly certain. Oh, okay. Yeah. Just weird things happening. It's fine. It's normal. They drop us off on the wrong side of the planet. Yes. Preachers on the surface of House Court. Oh, great. House Court. I wonder if they're mad that I just ganked their boss. Well, we'll see. Have arrived in the colony. They agitate fiercely before the mob, but unfortunately the planet's officials too often serve as examples of reprobate behavior in their servants. Oh, no. No, we'll just send them away. We are not dealing with that nonsense on our doorstep. Surely using the preacher's words against them, the rogue trader's servants announced at the start of the pilgrimage, ousting Corda's lackeys, along with anybody who's been too eager to listen. Yes. Be gone. I believe Falsone's fairly nearly done. Giannis. Oh, hey, Giannis did stuff. Alright, Giannis is nearly done. Giannis needs more rep for Fellowship of the Void. What about Dargonus? Okay, okay. Vabos is done, because we just checked. Yes. Oh, not that one, but, yeah. And Kiava Gamma is done. So, Vabos. Contracts. No. 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 And no. Alright. Repair the boat. So we need to get 41,000 rep with one of them. Damn, my short-term memory. With Fellowship. Alright, Fellowship of the Void, 4,100. I don't think that's too bad, but alright. So we need to go... Journal. Quests. Margandus Mundus. Ah, there it is. So, net 5, pop the factor there. Oh, so make this jump. Yeah, without hesitation, burn it. Fire solves everything. Fire. Yep, ballistics, because we actually have really high ballistic skill. And then down here, more trouble. Ah, alright. Here we go, one of these. Entry A-Tech 201.48.66.10. The chronometer turns the incidents. Enforcer witness Hidea O 00110101. You claim that you left the Sanctum Navis on the later Navigator's orders. Affirmative. This unit acted in accordance with maintenance protocol TRN 08353. Step 1, cleanse the synchro mechanisms for the duration of 15 minutes. Step 2, you failed to inform the bridge about the imminent jump. I want to know why. Data unavailable. The Lady Navigator ordered that she to be connected to the void ship, but she did not order the preparation for the machine spirits for warp translation. Cause a ritual cannot be identified by this unit's capabilities. This unit receives the command to interrupt protocol TRN and exit the sanctum. Please no, not the fingers. You know, that's always a great way to start a conversation, you know? Please no, not my fingers. You don't need those, right? Right? No, no. I'm going to break one for every word of a lie I hear coming out of your mouth. Now talk. Please, please, you have to believe me. All we did was prepare the canvas and the mix of Lady Navigator's blood into the paint. Yes, because that's gonna work out, but it's 40k. Then we were told to lock open the shutter so the Lord Captain could see everything that was going on inside the Sanctum Navis from the observation chamber, and Grok shit, Armaglass can't shield you from warp horrors. This is true. This is true. I swear it on my soul and the Lady and the Golden Throw, Master Enforcer. The Lady Navigator only wanted to paint a picture for a ritual or some such, but that's all I know. She wasn't going to use the power in her eye, but I still got as far away from there as I could, and that's all I'm telling you. Cassian wanted to paint, and everybody runs away. Well, you must remember, last time she did kill all of them. We performed an emergency warp jump, barely activated the Geller field in time, and now we're being dragged to Throne knows where by an unknown force. The Lady Navigator and the Lord Captain are still accounted for. Now tell me, one more time, what transpired in the Sanctum Navis? I escorted the Lord Captain to the observation chambers and yelled at the servant for leaving the shutters open, but then I was told it was on the Rogue Trader's orders. So was it my orders? The other guy said it was Cassia's orders. Anyways, we could see the Lady Navigator clearly through the armor glass. She was lost in thought, staring at the canvas in front of her. We thought she looked like she was unaware of the world around her. No, the problem with this is that if you can see that little eye there, it can see you, which means you are dead. Okay, it will literally pull your soul out. You never ever look a navigator in the face, because that eye will literally pull your soul out through your eyes, because navigators. Soon the servants were ordered to pick up the Sanctum Navis, and the Lady Navigator picked up her brush. Entranced, she started dragging it across the canvas, painting one image over another, and then another one over the last, and another, and then the Lord Captain noticed it. There was a thing on the other side, a picture covered in layers of fresh blood was coming to life, but the Lady Navigator was oblivious. That's when the Lord Captain dashed to the control panel. I didn't dare stop him. I just watched and bolted her at the ready. The machine spirits went mad, and the door and the shutter started opening, closing around him. But the rogue trader managed to dart inside. Startled by all the noise, the Lady Navigator turned around, and then those horrors in her parry team broke free. What happened next? I barely remember a thing. There was a bright flash, a purple blur, and then I remember feeling so scared my knees were shaking. I remember my legs carrying me as far away like they had a mind of their own. As I ran, I heard screams behind me. The Lord Captain and Lady Cassia. They, oh God, the creatures, they pulled them both inside the painting. Sir? Mistress Fossmaster, I have a report that needs to be delivered to the senior officers. The Lord Captain and Lady Navigator were lost during an emergency workshop. Their whereabouts are still unknown. I'm sending you interrogation reports. Great. Sector, no data. Region, no data. Location, no data. Material, relation to the Lord Captain's personal accounts recorded by, no data. It just is a big block of text. It just says redacted. Access holder protocol. Me. Tisiphone or Celio's ritual did not go as planned. The warp disturbance triggered by the Lady Navigator's trance washed over the Sanctum Navis. The void ship's machine spirits reacted to the surge of the Immaterium and interpreted it as a call to action. Thus did the emergency jump into the unknown begin. Okay, interesting. Amid the shrieks of sirens and the clings of shutters, the distant hum of the warp engine, some unknown will pulled the Lord Captain into the Sanctum Navis toward the creatures of the living canvas that had already gripped the Lady Navigator's throat. Horrified, almost out of breath, struggling to scream, Lady Cassia stretched out her hand and began slowly sinking into her own painting. We're going to go with weapon skill, because that's 100%. The ritual dagger of House Celio cleaved the billowing shadows, and yet the painted hand reformed itself at the moment after the blade passed through it. Cassia went in the clutches of her horrific creation. She is a navigator and quite possibly insane, but she's a navigator. Cassia went limp in the clutches of her horrific creation and immediately pulled into the other side of the painting. A moment later, Yuri, still clutching the dagger, likewise plunged into the depths of the world the Lady Navigator had created. Yuri awoke, finding himself in the middle of a gigantic, boundless, billowing nothingness. His body felt weightless, floating in a void strewn with hundreds of living navigator colors. Some of them very bright, warm, and alluring, others morose, cold, and heavy. The Lord Captain... I'm going to go for the bright colors. Yuri plunged into the river of bright hues and flashes of rosy sunset and lilac down the dazzling stream. Before long, the Lord Captain was standing in an idyllic garden permeated with the fragrance of flowers and singing birds. Servants in purple and livery darted back and forth, attending to a withered old woman in a navigator's mask. Sitting on her lap and smiling coyly to everyone was a little girl with ruby eyes and white hair. Be a good little girl, my child, until the day we meet again. With trembling hands, the woman handed the navigator to a navigator in laboratory attire. I am out of time. Prepare the child for the Atlas transfer and destroy our records and mentions of the world of Tier TV. None must learn of that which took place here, and remember, her body must grow strong for it to accept my power. And once I have returned, loyalty will be rewarded. Lovely. The memory dissipated, and a gust of silvery wind hurled the Lord Captain back into the ocean nothingness, but this time the nothingness felt dismal. Instead of bright hues, it contained shadows of invisible monsters swimming by, shrouded in a nebulous veil of unfathomableness. Unfathomableness. Yeah, that's where. The Lord Captain, we're going to go to the dark colors now. Because that's not doing anything. Alright? That's ineffective. Grayish blue waves swelled the Lord Captain, and the feeling of his lightness disappeared as his limbs grew heavy again. Jerry fell on the hard floor of the laboratory, clutched with vats as tall as a human. Inside them were dozens, hundreds, even... Oh, inside them were dozens, hundreds, even, of repulsive mutants. Some had no arms, or no legs, or no two heads, or no face, or their innards turned inside out, but each one had white skin, white hair, long clawed limbs, and ruby eyes. My lady, the child is born. The tall old woman slowly approached one of the vats. Readings stable. Mutations, none were detected at any of the stages. Genes identical, my lady. Chances of survival 100 times higher than any of the previous experiments. How long will it take to grow this child? I fear accelerating process might cause the body to fail. The only one after years of silence. I understand the situation. Natural growth. I do not have that much time. We'll have to go with the backup plan. Yes, Novator. It will be done. The memory dissipated, and a gust of silvery wind hurled the Lord Captain back into the ocean of nothingness. But this time the nothingness felt dismal, said a bright hue. I guess we just close our eyes and wait. Yuri stayed in the ocean of nothingness, devoid of any sensation or emotion, until an ornate ritual dagger floated before his eyes and reminded him of a world that once seemed more real than this one. Yeah. Someone's scream broke the delicate equilibrium of the world captain's motionless body, and the weightlessness released him. He plummeted into the maroon abyss of rolling illusions, but now he was in full control of his body again. And then Yuri descended. Yep. Give me just a second. Yep. Uh-oh. The Lord Captain crashed from an immeasurable height into the bottomless of the roiling abyss. In the next moment, Yuri saw two figures amid the billowing maroon mist. One of the figures, unnaturally gaunt and tall, was clutching the other, smaller one in its hand, screaming furiously. 1 and 3, fuck it. Hey! Op success. In the swirling mist all around him, Yuri could make out human faces stricken with torment. Not just human faces, there were Xenos. Aldari, yes, pointy ears. They need more torment. Especially their farseers. Oh, I did not mean to click. I picked up my mouse. Pay attention. One step was all it took for some unknown force to notice the Lord Captain, seize him, and drag him through the painting's twisting space. Now the Lord Captain could clearly see the dark shade of the long-dead navigator leaning over Cassia. Actually, we're gonna do history. Alright, so I chose draw closer. Alright. You were given life because of me, you survived because of me, and here you are now because I have willed it so. Bow before me, tell me what I wish to hear, and your suffering will end. Go on, child, I have waited so long. Submit to me. Break your legs, Cassia. Do it, break those brittle old kneecaps. Cassia looked exhausted, her body covered in hundreds of thin cuts, her lips lacerated and claw marks on her cheek. Yet there was steadfast resolve in her eyes. I know who you are, Tisphon or Celio. I know what you crave. I saw it in the visions that you sent me again and again. I won't allow you. I will never allow you to become me. Yep. Fight. Fight until the end. The Lord Captain's words attracted not just Lady Ursula Cassius' attention. Tisiphon's Ursula, finally noticing the presence of a living creature in the bizarre world, turned to face the interloper, unforward, seething with rage. When the entity's claws were millimeters from the Lord Captain's throat, Cassia opened her navigator's eye and did war crimes. War crime wave. Tisiphon took a lot of damage. Yeah. And a wave of unbridled warp energy obliterated Tisiphon's specter before she realized what was happening. The Lady Navigator graced the Lord Captain with a tired smile. The abortive ritual had turned out to be a trap set for Lady Cassia by the previous novator of her house. But the rogue trader had ensured that her plan to fell in ruin, and now was the time to desert that cursed place. Oh, Cassia took the rogue trader's hand and guided him through the maroon mist and out of the painting. Their unconscious bodies were discovered in the Sanctum Navus 20 Terran days after their disappearance, as soon as the rogue trader's void ship had emerged from the warp in an unknown system. Scrape my paint. What's on this planet? The yellow-red glare of burning worlds come through the bridge windows, hurt your eyes. Now that you know what to look for, your augurs easily locate traces of the mysterious underground constructions. The lava, the former star people who fucked off because something ate their local star. We would not know anything like that could end. Yeah. Give me just a second. Because I'm looking up to see how to start. Because I have the first part, but I should already we should have gotten something for the second half of the DLC at this point. Hello? Decayed patience. House Rosalia need not know what is taking place here. The navigators are frightened enough by the powers as it is. The last experiment left 3 from the set Hala clan without a shred of reason. Empty shells bringing no glory to House Rosalia or its lesser branch. We shall carry on. At last we have managed to implant the artifact into the subjects who can wield its powers. Perhaps all the navigators who perished in the agonizing torrent of energy were merely a symptom of our decline. I'm tired of counting the dead. The weak have no place among those who have harnessed the Atlas. Their abilities have grown manifold and become significantly easier to control and more effective at resisting the ruinous influence of the Orb. It is all or nothing. Today is the day when my work is complete and the Starway Atlas takes its final form. The set Hollows have already undergone the operation, and all that's left is me, the Atlas that controls them all. Today I become the greatest novator in the history of Orselia, or I turn to nothing. Sorry, just reading something because I'm trying to figure out why. Okay, that's the Sarah. Okay. This quest isn't triggering for me. So give me a moment. Okay, so yeah, the game kind of broke for me, so I'm gonna have to, because I was using him.
I always keep my options open.
A barely noticeable imprint of a long clawed hand.
Experience? Nothing matters more.
Operation successful.
Compared to naval service, that was barely a challenge.
The more you try to hide your colors from me, Master Van Calox, the more clearly I can see them. If you find my gaze so unpleasant, just say so.
Do not mistake my caution for rudeness, Lady Cassia. I am usually the person who gauges others' secret thoughts and feelings. Being on the receiving end is different.
Yeah, sorry everybody, I'm just reading stuff to try and figure out how to force the quest for the DLC to start. Because it seems like by taking him into... I should have gotten a cutscene in Act 2 after the Arbitracing, and Solomon should have left, and I should have stayed with Kalyta, and Kalyta should have stayed with me. That didn't happen for whatever reason, and as a result, I may have to try and attempt to force the quest to trigger. So yeah, I'm just reading stuff as I can definitely tell. Yeah, I'm just, because, I mean, seriously, this is like the big part of this DLC. And not being able to get it to trigger would be off-putting.
I always have a backup plan.
Stop! There!
No, look.
The machine god
Materium routing. Interesting. Thing is that her dodge is broken, so I'm not really worried about it.
About you.
Because she's always just going to dodge. Goods. Oh, there are people here. Halt, cursed child. We had to ally ourselves with Zelos to stop you once more. No matter is a small price to pay for the liberation of House Vercelio from the chains of tyranny. Oh, that's some last fire. And then there's the so it's renegades versus. Okay. So, just one of those things we know is that the Atlas actually is more than just a upgrade to the beacon. It is a. It would give her power over the rest of the members of House Vercelio. They're all exploding. Why are they all exploding? Oh. Damn Xenos, this was not the bargain we struck. Throne smite you. Joy. Joy. What is this? The rogue trader and the rogue trader and the traitors to the house of Lord the Child on a trap set by Xenos. I wish my eyes were deceiving me. No, the Yeah, I wish too to understand what is going on here. Troopmaster, you will stop defiling the remains of the hallowed ground of our ancestors with your semblance of speech. I think we're about to kill some pointy ears. They're being rude, even for pointy ears. Harlequin's bright clothes shimmer faintly in the dim light of the system star, and the sinister grin on his mask only adds to his menacing and aloof presence. The final act will soon unfold, and you will pay for the deeds of your ancestors. Stay put and wait for the puppeteer to pull at your strings. Why are there Xenos ruins at the Palace of the Atlas should be? Why is this place covered in impenetrable black mist? I'm suffocating. Three-eyed Monkai who sees into Shael, the taint of your ancestors has begun to consume your body and soul. Pathetic fools of an insatiable lust for power that is not yours. Ending your misery will be merciful. Taint? You mean the Atlas, the Xenos traitor? Silent traitor. The Atlas is the sacred relic of House Vercelio. It is what elevates us above the rest. How dare you? The Regent's envoy abruptly loses her breath with a groan. She clutches her chest where Atlas is implanted. I refuse to accept this impossible. Joy. What is this taint you speak of, Xenos? Do you not see it? No, I don't see it. I'm not a psyker. When your Monkai discovered this chrome world, you tainted it with your crude technology, despoiled it of its relics, ruined all that there was in the last stone. But worst of all, you sullied the souls of our ancestors reposed in their sacred vessel, the Spirit Monolith. He points his thin finger at the remarkable crystal floating behind his back, and the harlequins around you tighten their grips on their weapons. Like a sea of bottomless blue. Cassia looks around you with a stunned expression, her gaze shifting from one zenith to another. I did not know that living things could exude such saturated hues. I wish I could paint this ocean a different color. We're going to look at the crystal. This enormous translucent stone shares a strange resonance with this place. You can sense the energy emanating from it, mysterious, restless, coagulated. It resembles a giant heart that has been plucked out of its owner's chest. Its crystal clarity is pierced by hundreds of dark veins that have taken root within it like a terrible illness. Alright, yeah, how did they taint it? The experiments, this is where she conducted her experiments, Tisiphon? No, it's not possible. To consort with Xenos is to violate the word of the God Emperor. It is known to all that Tisiphon or Celio executed anyone who showed any interest in the enemies of humanity. Is that so? Then why is every piece of metal or fabric in this place bears our house's coat of arms? Yeah, true. Quiet. The Harlequin's tone is mild, but it is not her quest. I am unsurprised the truth is hidden from your gazes, three-eyed Monkai. Husi and Hasheo. I realized it the moment I first met you, wretched. Begging us, wretched. Begging us to help you destroy your own kin. I sensed it within you. Our ancestors called, their pleas, their endless torment. I knew what you found was a crone world. I don't remember. What is a crone world? Oh, okay, it's one of the original worlds of the Empire. So this was an original world of the Empire before, the Eldar birthed a bloody Chaos God. And yes, they did do that. They birthed the Chaos God with an orgy so spectacular, apparently, and so debased that they made She Who Thirsts. Well done, team. Note, that also is what began the Dark Age of humanity, because guess what? Humanity started to suddenly have psychers because there was now a tear in reality where a demon god literally was born. Give it up for Eldar, everybody. I really... What does this all mean exactly? It means, Monkai, you keep calling me that, I am going to shoot you just out of principle. It may not be fatal, but I am going to just have to casually shoot you. That your companion's ancestors sought to command the powers of the spirit monolith, and yet suffered failure time and again. Eventually discovered a way to harness this power, a different, terrible way, torturous and unforgivable. They shattered the monolith into many shards and weakened the souls within. And then, they placed the shards into their bodies to empower their abilities. I never wished to learn such harsh truths about my house. Poor old Cassia. She learned her ancestors were assholes. Yeah, neither Theodora von Valantis nor Tisiphone was infallible. Doesn't mean that we're powerless to rectify the errors of our ancestors. Yeah, I mean, honestly, Theodora was a heretic. We have discovered that by now. You are more than just a tyrant's heir. You are a successor to a mad heretic, a betrayer of faith. You must be destroyed, you and the Atlas, once and for all. You think the solution is so easy, don't you, Monkai? When you die, your souls become captives inside the spirit monolith. This process is deranging our ancestors, who have served as the monolith's guardians for eons. It is equally agonizing for the souls of the dead, and the more Monkai souls were not Monkai, there are dead species, you blithering, pointy-eared Eldar. The more volatile it becomes, and the Eldar and the Monkai have spent many a dance battling for supremacy within the monolith, and its integrity is waning. You sense it too. The only way to free our ancestors from the pain is to separate the Monkai taint from the spirit monolith. My troop is here to perform just that. We will play our parts today. When the final act of this age-long tragedy begins, the Monkai's players will exit this world stage. The Atlas must be destroyed. That's surely... Now, is there not a way to separate the souls? You Monkai have desecrated our ancient world. I see no reason to assist you in the final dance. Persuasion. Perhaps the three-eyed Monkai who see into Shael could be of use to the troop? Yes, because the troop literally cannot use the warp in any way, because they are, well, already technically dead. They are sworn to the Eldar god of death. They are dead in one form or another. They do not fear the realm of She Who Thirsts. They cut through it on their steel-winged birds. They even found a way to a chrome world that was hidden from our sight. Your words are harmonious, Monkai. But what do your companions say? I cannot change the past, it is true, nor can I change the fact that my house is forever tainted with the disgrace born of Tisiphone or Celeo's hubris. Yet all of us here today have the power to change the future and halt the unending suffering that is drowning both you and your kin and mine. You suggest the Monkai and the Altari change the future together. I must admit, my leading lady, I'm confounded by your audacity. Go on. My Atlas. If you can free the phantoms of my house from the spirit monolith, guide them to enter my Atlas. Their experience and wisdom will help steer Celio onto the path of truth and allow future generations to avoid the calamitous pitfalls of their forebears. Okay, Mora. My leading lady, the shards of the monolith are lodged inside the chest of every Monkai bound to you by ties of blood. How do you expect exactly to intend to return them? I shall use the Atlas to sever my subject's connection to the spirit monolith, and then I'll extract its shards from every navigator of the House of Celia. This artifact is implanted at birth, but that does not mean the rituals cannot be reversed. I witnessed its creation through Tisiphone's eyes and my visions. I lived it over and over again. Through the memories of the Set Hala clan, I can recreate the ritual that will return the souls of your kin and your people and save my people's lives. Are you capable of this? Alright, yeah, let's seldom do humans and Xenos. Yep. I'm willing to try, Monkai. No, I won't let you destroy the Atlas, even if the child's wish, Lady Orselli, you're too young. Oh. Somebody just tried to talk down to her. I think she just kind of broke their brains. You address the future novator of House Orselia, one who has survived the massacre at Act 5, who has lived following an attempt on her life at the Palace of Dragonis, who has restored her house's stability in the scant time she has been freed, while you, all of you, have spent years destroying it from within. You address one who has passed through the Tempest Sea of Souls to the true Atlas as the Rogue Trader's ally, and yet you still call me unworthy. You, young, inexperienced, kneel before me, and I shall forgive your insolence. Yeah, kneel. House Orselio has always been loyal to you, Novator Tisiphone. Henceforth, it will be to your later, her successor, even if you even if you see fit to lead us down a different path. Are you done with your performance, Monkai? Then stand aside and do not interrupt. So, I think what I'm going to end up having to do today is I'm going to stop today's stream early, and I'm going to have to toy box it, which means I'm going to have to plug and play to make sure it works, to get the quest line to trigger for Solomorn stuff, because I didn't get one of the quests that I should have gotten before Act 3, or right after Act 3. For whatever reason, it did not happen. So I have to make that, I have to force that to happen now. Oh look, the rock is now blue. It's now a blue rock. I can feel it. Again, the tranquility. Ancestor souls have found peace and corruption and no longer endangers the monolith or this world. Remember our agreement, Cassia or Celia. We will soon meet again in this place so you can give us the shards. And now, be gone from our world, Monkai. We'll take all of this. Bunch of bolters.
Always keep your eye on the prize.
This explorator is blessed with multifunctionality.
Yeah. Why do the Eldari's gods no longer talk to them? Maybe because they did something absolutely abhorrent. Just we'll blow that up. All the way down there. Okay.
I won't let it define me. Success is the only outcome I accept.
Plasma ring. Yeah, we'll take that. And this is a Grenadier's backpack. I don't use grenades because I mainly forget they exist. Oh, a lot of garbage. Alrighty. Let's see. Yep, we'll go talk to Cassia. And we will call it there for today, because I'm gonna probably spend the next hour trying to fix this, because I don't know what broke, kind of thing. And as a result, and the thing is that this is something that should have happened in Act 2, not now, so it may not be even repairable.
Oh, how nice of you to grace me with your presence. I was just thinking back to our journey to the Palace of the Atlas. That is, to the world of Xenos. Remembering that most reckless act has enveloped my mind in a whole palette of hues. But when I think of the great risk you took for House Orcelios and my own sake, an azure shawl instantly descends on my shoulders, and amber sparks flash inside my soul. Please accept my sincerest gratitude. You of all people should know that succession is a lengthy and tiresome process. While my entire house is busy preparing for a grand council at which I am to ceremonially inherit the late Tisiphone's title, I have decided to remain by your side, to relish just a little more of this carefree liberty. For as soon as I am summoned to do my duty, we must say our farewells. The Xenos have managed to free the souls of our ancestors from their confinement. The memory and wisdom of those that came before us will serve our house, helping build upon the ruins of the present a firm foundation for generations to come. I believe in that, as I believe in the divine light of the Emperor. I suppose so, if by power you mean priceless knowledge. As for the special powers granted by the Xenos souls, The navigators of House Orselio will once again have to contend with their own bodily and spiritual limitations. However, I am undaunted by the prospect, for our line and our gene have never been weak. House Orselio will succeed, and soon we will rise again, draped in white and gold. Of course, I will try to answer any questions you have. I have enjoyed your company.
Okay, and that is Cassia's questline done. Alright, we're going to save it here and call the stream here because it's literally time for me to spend, I have no idea, trying to force this to pop because the downside is that from what I know, I've used it previously, it's going to make this questline, it's done in a numeric code, and I don't read Unity for shit. So this is going to be a very unfortunate, long, drawn-out process of me getting very frustrated. But tomorrow we will pick this up, because I will be back, and we will continue with this, and we will actually see more of Lex Imperalis, finally. So I will see everybody tomorrow. Thank you all for watching. Please give a like, and we